The lavender and baby powder hit me like a slap as I arrange pristine gift bags in Eleanor's nursery. Each perfectly coordinated decoration mocks me. I spent weeks getting every detail right for her shower, while she spent months getting every detail wrong in our friendship. I shouldn't have come early to help set up. But old habits die hard, even when you discover your best friend has been systematically destroying your life. Sienna, darling, the fruit platter goes by the window. Eleanor's voice drips honey-sweet poison as she waddles in, hand resting on her bump. The lighting is better there for photos. I smile and nod, like I have for 15 years of friendship. Like I did last week when I overheard her telling Reese that I'm sweet but simple. Like I did yesterday when I found the emails. Of course, I say, lifting the platter. Wouldn't want your perfect day spoiled by poorly lit strawberries. She doesn't catch my tone. She never does. Eleanor lives in a world where she's the star and the rest of us are merely supporting characters, expected to worship her glow. The doorbell chimes and guests start arriving, a parade of designer sundresses and perfectly highlighted hair. I play my role, the devoted best friend, passing out champagne flutes of sparkling cider, laughing at all the right moments. Speech time. Reese announces after the gifts are opened. My stomach clenches. I know it's coming. Eleanor stands, radiant in her blush pink maternity dress. Before we continue celebrating this precious life, I have to share some amazing news about our dear Sienna. The room turns to me. Dozens of mascara-rimmed eyes, all knowing what I only learned yesterday. My cheeks burn, but I keep my expression neutral, waiting. She's finally found love. After years of... Eleanor pauses delicately. Struggling in that department, she's dating the most wonderful man. Everyone, raise your glasses to Sienna and Xander. The room erupts in cheers and congratulations. No one notices how my hands shake as I lift my glass. No one except Reese, who watches me with a hint of guilt in her eyes. They don't know that Xander was Eleanor's ex. They don't know she dated him for 3 years before declaring him too ambitious and dumping him last summer. They definitely don't know that she's been trying to sabotage our relationship since we started dating 2 months ago. But I know. I know because I found the emails where she told him I was emotionally unstable and desperate for marriage. Where she warned him I had a history of stalking ex-boyfriends. A complete lie. Where she suggested he was just my rebound and she'd take him back when she was ready to prioritize love again. Tell us how you met, someone calls out. Eleanor's smile widens. Oh, it was the sweetest thing, she gushes before I can speak. I actually introduced them. Xander and I have stayed such good friends, and I just knew he and Sienna would be perfect together. She needed someone stable, you know? The room awes appreciatively. I grip my glass harder, imagining it shattering. Imagining Eleanor's perfectly curated world shattering just like it. Actually, I hear myself say, standing up. The words rise like bile in my throat. That's not quite how it happened. Eleanor's smile freezes. A current of tension ripples through the room. Sienna, she says softly, warning in her voice. Don't spoil the mood. I wouldn't dream of it, I reply, matching her tone. I just think since we're celebrating truth and new beginnings, we should be honest about how things really happened. Reese steps forward, hand outstretched. Maybe we should cut the cake. No. My voice is stronger now. I think everyone would love to hear about how you really introduced us. About all the warnings you sent him. About how you've been trying to break us up because you can't stand seeing him happy with someone else. The room goes silent. Eleanor's face drains of color, then flushes red. You're making a scene, she hisses. This is my baby shower. Yes, it is. I set down my glass carefully. And I wouldn't want to ruin your perfect day with the truth. That would be as tasteless as, say, using someone's baby shower to humiliate them. I turn to leave, but pause at the door. Oh, and Eleanor, check your email. I forwarded everything to the entire guest list about 10 minutes ago. Consider it my baby shower gift, a lesson in consequences. As I walk out, phones start chiming throughout the room. Eleanor's scream of rage follows me down the hallway, and for the first time in 15 years, I feel truly, intoxicatingly free. Rain pelts my apartment windows, matching the storm in my chest. My phone hasn't stopped buzzing since I left the shower. Mostly shocked messages from guests, a few angry ones from Eleanor's inner circle. I've blocked them all except Xander. His latest text glows on my screen. We need to talk, coming over. Part of me wants to tell him not to bother. The other part needs to see his face, to know if I've destroyed everything by exposing Eleanor's lies. My hands shake as I make coffee, the familiar ritual doing nothing to calm my nerves. 3 sharp knocks. I open the door to find him soaked from the rain, his dark hair plastered to his forehead. His expression is unreadable. "You could have warned me," he says, stepping inside. "Would you have approved?" "No." He runs a hand through his wet hair. "But I would have been prepared for the 30 voicemails from Eleanor claiming I put you up to this." My stomach drops. "What did you tell her?" "Nothing yet." He moves to the kitchen, grabbing the mug I've already prepared for him. 2 sugars, splash of cream. Exactly how Eleanor used to make it for him. The thought makes me nauseous. "She's lying about everything," I say. "About us, about me. I know." His voice is gentle. "I've known for weeks. Eleanor sent me those emails right after we started dating. I just didn't tell you because..." He hesitates. "Because what?" "Because I was afraid you'd run. That knowing how much she was trying to sabotage us would make you question everything. Make you wonder if I was just using you to get back at her." The truth hits like a physical blow. "Are you?" "Sienna." He sets down his mug and crosses to me. "I fell for you because you're nothing like her. You're real, genuine. When you laugh, it's because something's actually funny, not because you're calculating how it makes you look." My phone buzzes again. Eleanor's name flashes on the screen, along with a preview of her message. "You've ruined everything. I hope you're I silence it, but not before Xander sees. His jaw tightens. "She's always been like this," he says quietly. "Even when we were together. Anyone who threatened her spotlight became a target. I watched her destroy friendships, careers, relationships, all while maintaining that perfect, caring image." "Why did you stay with her so long?" "Same reason you stayed friends with her. She makes you feel special when she chooses you, until she doesn't." A knock at the door makes us both jump. Through the peephole, I see Reese, her makeup smeared from crying. "Don't," Xander warns, but I open the door anyway. Reese bursts in, words tumbling out. "Eleanor's being admitted to the hospital. She started having contractions after you left. The doctors say it's probably just stress, but..." She breaks off, glaring at me. "Are you happy now? Was revenge worth risking my sister's baby?" Guilt crashes over me. "I never meant..." "Save it." Reese's voice cracks. "You know what the worst part is? She trusted you. Even after everything with Xander, she still defended you to everyone. Said you were family." "Family?" I laugh bitterly. Family doesn't try to destroy someone's chance at happiness. Family doesn't spread lies about mental illness and stalking. Family doesn't... "She was protecting you," Reese shouts. "God, you're so blind. She knew Xander would break your heart like he broke hers. She was trying to save you from making her mistakes." Xander steps forward. "That's not what happened, and you know it." "Really?" Reese's eyes narrow. "So you didn't tell Eleanor you loved her last month? Didn't say you made a mistake leaving?" The world stops. I turn to Xander, searching his face for denial. Finding none. "When?" My voice sounds distant, hollow. "It wasn't like that." He starts. "She called me late one night, crying about the pregnancy, saying she missed us." "When?" He closes his eyes. "The night before our first date." The pieces click into place. Eleanor's sudden interest in my love life, her careful orchestration of our chance meeting, her desperate attempts to break us up. She wasn't just being controlling. She was trying to stop history from repeating itself. "Get out," I whisper. "Both of you." "Sienna, please, get out." They leave. The door clicks shut. Rain continues hammering against the windows as I sink to the floor, wondering if I've become exactly what Eleanor always said I was: unstable, desperate, alone. My phone buzzes one final time. A message from Freya. Whatever you're thinking right now, don't. Come over. I'll open wine. We'll figure this out. I stare at the message for a long moment, then grab my keys. I've lost my best friend and possibly my boyfriend today. I'm not losing anyone else to Eleanor's games. Freya's apartment smells like red wine and sympathy. She's already poured 2 glasses and arranged a fortress of throw pillows on her couch, our usual crisis setup since college. Start from the beginning, she says, handing me a glass. The real beginning. I take a long sip. I thought the beginning was finding those emails. But now, I trail off, remembering Xander's confession. Maybe I'm just as manipulative as Eleanor. Maybe I'm exactly what she thinks I am. Stop. Freya's voice is sharp. That's Eleanor in your head. Tell me what you want right now without thinking about what anyone else wants. I want... The words stick in my throat. I want to stop feeling like a supporting character in my own life. My phone buzzes. Another message from Xander. Please let me explain. Meet me for coffee? Freya reads it over my shoulder. Are you going? I don't know. I curl deeper into the pillows. Part of me wants to hear his explanation. Part of me is afraid I'll believe whatever he tells me. Then don't go alone. She tops off my wine. I'll come with you. Be your bullshit detector. I consider this. Eleanor's still in the hospital. If I meet him now, everyone will say I'm heartless. Everyone's already talking. Might as well give them something real to talk about. She's right. I text Xander back. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., usual place, bringing Freya. His response is immediate. Fair enough. The next morning, I'm picking at a muffin while Freya guards our table like a sentinel. When Xander walks in, he's not alone. Hamza, our coworker from the marketing department, is with him. Hope you don't mind, Xander says, sliding into the seat across from me. Hamza's been helping me sort through some things. Hamza gives me a small nod. We've never been close, but he's always been kind. The type to remember everyone's coffee order and birthday. Eleanor's being released today. Xander starts. The baby's fine, but... I didn't come here to talk about Eleanor. I cut him off. No, you need to hear this. Hamza leans forward. Eleanor's been playing a longer game than you realize. She didn't just try to sabotage your relationship with Xander. She's been undermining you at work for months. My coffee turns bitter in my mouth. What? Those client complaints that got you passed over for the promotion? Eleanor's friends. The rumor about you missing deadlines? Eleanor, she's been systematically cutting off your opportunities while positioning herself as your biggest supporter. How do you know this? Because she tried to recruit me to help. Hamza's expression is grim. Said you were unstable, that she was protecting the company by keeping you in a manageable position. The world tilts sideways. All those missed opportunities, the subtle hints from management about reliability issues, the way Eleanor always seemed to know about my career setbacks before I did. Why are you telling me this now? I ask Xander. Because I was an idiot. He runs a hand through his hair. That night Eleanor called me. She was laying groundwork. She knew I was interested in you, knew we'd been flirting at office events. She played me, got me to admit I still had feelings for her, then used it to make me look untrustworthy when we started dating. And you fell for it? Freya says coldly. I did. But not anymore. He pulls out his phone, shows me texts from Eleanor, dozens of them, alternating between threats and pleas. She's been trying to convince me you're having a breakdown, that we need to help you by getting you transferred to the satellite office. My hands shake as I read the messages. Each one is perfectly crafted to sound concerned while painting me as increasingly unstable. I have a meeting with HR tomorrow. Hamza says quietly, I'm reporting everything, but they'll need your statement too. The magnitude of what he's offering hits me. Going against Eleanor means risking his own position, his reputation. Why would you help me? Because 2 years ago, Eleanor did the same thing to my sister. By the time we realized what was happening, it was too late. She'd already changed apartments, lost confidence. She still hasn't fully recovered. Freya squeezes my hand under the table. What are you thinking? I'm thinking about every time Eleanor helped me by suggesting I wasn't ready for advancement. Every time she introduced me as her sweet but simple friend. Every opportunity that mysteriously evaporated. I'm thinking, I say slowly, that Eleanor is not the only one who knows how to play the long game. Sienna. Freya's voice holds a warning. No. I sit straighter. She wants to paint me as unstable? Fine. Let's show everyone exactly who's been manipulating whom. Xander and Hamza exchange glances. What's your plan? First, we gather evidence. Then, I smile, feeling something shift inside me. Then we give Eleanor exactly what she wants. A very public breakdown. Just not the one she's expecting. The HR office feels too small, too warm. I smooth my skirt for the 10th time while Sarah from HR reviews the evidence we've gathered. Emails, texts, timestamps of coincidental client complaints. My hands are steady, but my heart hammers against my ribs. This is comprehensive, Sarah says finally. But you understand making these allegations against Eleanor, especially while she's on medical leave after a pregnancy complication. I understand perfectly. My voice comes out calmer than I feel. I also understand that workplace harassment doesn't become acceptable just because the perpetrator is pregnant. Sarah nods slowly, shuffling papers. Ms. Shelton has an exemplary record with us. These claims seem out of character. Of course they do. Eleanor's spent years crafting her image, building a fortress of plausible deniability. I'm about to respond when there's a knock at the door. Hamza enters, carrying a folder. Sorry to interrupt, but I have something relevant to this discussion. He spreads out printed screenshots, conversations between Eleanor and various team members, each one subtly undermining me while maintaining her supportive facade. The timestamps span months. Sarah's expression shifts as she reads. This pattern of behavior goes beyond normal office politics, Hamza finishes, and I'm willing to testify about her attempted recruitment of me into these activities. After the meeting, Hamza walks me to my desk. You okay? I don't know. I sink into my chair. Part of me feels like I'm overreacting, like maybe I'm seeing conspiracy where there's just life. That's exactly what she wants you to think. He perches on the edge of my desk. It's how she operates. Death by 1,000 cuts, each one small enough to doubt. My phone buzzes. A text from Sage, another colleague. Eleanor's back. Lunchroom. Crying about how worried she is about you. Of course she is. My fingers tighten around the phone. Don't, Hamza warns. That's what she wants. A confrontation she can spin. He's right, but knowing doesn't make it easier. I spend the afternoon fielding concerned looks and whispered conversations that stop when I approach. Eleanor's performance is working. I can feel the narrative shifting. See people wondering if I really am having some kind of breakdown. By evening, I'm exhausted. I pack up quickly, hoping to avoid another sympathetic intervention, but Freya's waiting by my car. We need to talk, she says. I'm tired, Freya. I know, but you need to hear this. She takes a deep breath. I found something. About Eleanor. About why she's really doing this. My keys dig into my palm. What? Remember that charity gala last year? The one where you gave that speech about workplace mentorship? I nod. It had been a small triumph, my first time presenting to the board. Eleanor was supposed to give that speech. She'd been preparing for months, but at the last minute, she got food poisoning. I finish. She asked me to step in. No. Freya's voice is soft. She didn't get sick. She was passed over. The board chose you specifically, said they wanted a fresh perspective. Eleanor found out the day before, but played it like she was doing you a favor. The memory shifts, takes on new meaning. Eleanor's tight smile as she called to ask for my help. The way she emphasized to everyone that she'd given me this opportunity. How do you know this? Because I was dating Marcus from the board then. He told me everything. Freya touches my arm. That's when it started. The complaints, the rumors. She couldn't stand that they'd seen something in you she hadn't cultivated. My throat tightens. Why didn't you tell me? Would you have believed me? Back then, Eleanor was your hero, your mentor. I tried to warn you subtly, but I didn't want to see it. The truth settles like lead in my stomach. I wanted so badly to believe she actually cared about me. She did care. That's what makes it worse. You were her project, her protege, until you outgrew her plan for you. My phone buzzes again. Another message from Eleanor. I'm so worried about you. Please let me help, like I always have. Something hardens in my chest. You know what? She's right. She has always helped me. Helped me doubt myself, helped me stay small, helped me believe I needed her approval. Sienna? No. I straighten up. It's time to help her back. Show her exactly how well she taught me. What are you going to do? I smile, thinking of Eleanor's perfectly orchestrated concern, her carefully curated image. I'm going to give her exactly what she wants, a chance to be the hero. One last time. The plan crystallizes in my mind, beautiful in its simplicity. Eleanor wants to save me? Fine. Let's see how she handles it when her rescue attempt becomes her reckoning. The office kitchen feels like a stage, and I'm about to give the performance of my life. My hands tremble slightly as I pour coffee, letting a few drops splash onto my sleeve. Eleanor watches from her carefully chosen position by the door, close enough to intervene, far enough to maintain plausible deniability. Right on cue, Reese appears. Sienna, can we talk? I drop the mug. It shatters, coffee and ceramic spreading across the floor. I can't do this right now. Hey, it's okay. Reese steps closer, phone angled just right to capture my breakdown. Eleanor taught her well. We're all worried about you. Worried? I laugh, the sound sharp and brittle. Like you were worried when you helped Eleanor spread rumors about me stalking ex-boyfriends? Or when you backed her lies about my work performance? Reese pales. That's not... We were trying to protect you. Protect me? My voice rises. Other employees pause in the hallway, drawn by the commotion. Perfect. By destroying my reputation? By sabotaging my career? Sienna. Eleanor glides forward, concern radiating from every perfect pore. You're not well. Let us help you. Like you helped your last protege? The words hit their mark. Eleanor freezes. Oh yes, Hamza told me about his sister. Did you help her too? Guide her career right into the ground? That was different, Eleanor says softly. She was unstable. Like me? I step closer. Tell me, how many other women have you helped? How many careers have you shaped through careful manipulation and concerned whispers? The growing audience shifts uncomfortably. Eleanor's mask slips for just a second, showing something ugly beneath. You're proving my point, she says, voice honeyed with false sympathy. This paranoid behavior, these accusations, this isn't you, sweetie. Actually, it is me. Finally. I pull out my phone, start playing a recording. Eleanor's voice fills the kitchen. Just keep pushing the unstable angle. Once she breaks down publicly, we can push for a transfer. It's for her own good. The color drains from Eleanor's face. Where did you get that? From Xander. He's been recording your calls for weeks. Turns out he learned something from dating you after all. Always keep receipts. Reese steps between us. Stop this. Eleanor's pregnant. She doesn't need... Doesn't need what? Consequences? I turn to the gathered crowd. Did you know Eleanor's been orchestrating workplace harassment campaigns for years? That she builds women up just to tear them down when they start to succeed on their own? That's enough. Eleanor's composure cracks. You ungrateful little... Ms. Shelton. Sarah from HR appears in the doorway. My office. Now. Eleanor straightens, smooths her dress. Of course. I'd be happy to discuss Sienna's concerning behavior. Not about her. Sarah's voice is ice. About the multiple complaints we've received regarding your systematic harassment of colleagues, including documented evidence. The audience murmurs. Eleanor's perfect mask shatters completely. You planned this, she hisses at me. You manipulative, I learned from the best. I meet her eyes. You taught me everything I know about destroying someone while looking innocent. Consider this my final exam. She lunges forward, but Hamza appears, catching her arm. Don't make this worse, Eleanor. As security escorts Eleanor away, Freya touches my shoulder. You okay? No. My hands shake as the adrenaline fades. I just destroyed someone's career. Someone who's about to have a baby. She destroyed herself, Freya says firmly. You just exposed it. But watching Eleanor's retreating back, I'm not so sure. The line between justice and revenge feels suddenly blurry. I think of all the times Eleanor justified her actions as helping. Wonder if I'm any different. My phone buzzes. An email from Eleanor's personal account. Congratulations, you've won. But ask yourself, when did you become exactly what you hated about me? The words hit harder than they should. In the reflection of my phone screen, I catch a glimpse of my expression. Triumphant, calculating, satisfied. Eleanor's expression mirrored on my face. What have I done? I whisper. What you had to, Hamza says quietly. The question is, what are you going to do now? I look around at my watching colleagues, see the same uncertainty I feel. Have I stopped a bully or become one? Exposed the truth or just created a new version of it? The answer comes in another email notification from Eleanor's lawyer. The game isn't over. It's just moving to a bigger stage. The legal letter sits heavy in my hands, its threats wrapped in professional courtesy. Defamation, harassment, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Eleanor's lawyer has been busy. She's claiming your actions caused pregnancy complications, Freya says, reading over my shoulder. That's low, even for her. It's smart. I set down the letter. Makes me look like a monster for attacking a vulnerable pregnant woman. Doesn't matter that she started this. She's controlling the narrative again. My phone lights up with a text from Xander. Eleanor's sister just called. We need to talk. Now. 20 minutes later, I'm in Xander's apartment, staring at Reese's tearful face on his laptop screen. I can't do this anymore, she says. She's not well. The things she's saying, the plans she's making. What plans? She's going to claim the stress made her lose the baby. My blood runs cold. But the baby's fine. The doctor said, the baby is fine. That's the point. Reese wipes her eyes. She's going to fake a miscarriage. Pin it on you. She's already talking to tabloid journalists, setting up interviews. Jesus. Xander runs a hand through his hair. She's really lost it. She's desperate, I say. I backed her into a corner and now... This isn't your fault, Freya interrupts firmly. Eleanor's choices are her own. But aren't they also mine? Every move I made, every trap I set, I knew exactly how she'd react. I played her like she played me, used her own patterns against her. My phone buzzes. A message from an unknown number. Coffee? I have information you need. Psych. I remember Saiga's quiet presence at office meetings, how she always seemed to fade into the background. Perfect for observing unnoticed. I have to go, I tell the others. Maybe there's still a way to end this before it gets worse. The cafe is quiet when I arrive. Saiga sits in a corner booth, fingers nervously tapping her cup. Thanks for coming, she says as I slide in across from her. I've been wanting to tell you something for months, but Eleanor, she has a way of making simple things seem impossible. I know exactly what you mean. Sage pulls out her phone, opens a video. Eleanor appears on screen, sitting in what looks like a restaurant. The timestamp shows 3 months ago. I recorded this when I was having lunch at the next table. Saj explains. Listen, Eleanor's voice comes through clearly. Perfect setup. Board wants fresh blood? Fine. Let Sienna have her moment. She'll crash and burn spectacularly, and when she does, she laughs. Well, who do you think they'll turn to then? The steady hand, the voice of reason. My stomach turns. She planned this from the beginning. The gala speech wasn't just the trigger. It was part of her strategy. Keep watching. The video continues. Eleanor outlines every step. The manufactured complaints, the strategic support, the carefully timed revelations. All leading to an inevitable public breakdown that would cement her position and destroy mine. Why show me this now? Sega's hands tremble slightly. Because she did the same thing to me at my last job. I changed companies, changed my name. But seeing her do it again? She takes a shaky breath. I thought if I stayed quiet, stayed invisible, she'd leave me alone. But that's what she wants, isn't it? For all of us to stay small? My phone buzzes again. Another email from Eleanor's lawyer. More threats, more demands. But something's shifted inside me. Thank you, I tell Saj. For not staying invisible. Outside, rain begins to fall. I call Freya. Eleanor's not just fighting back, I say when she answers. She's following a script, one she's used before. What are you thinking? I'm thinking it's time to go off script. I watch raindrops race down the cafe window. She expects me to fight the legal threats, to defend myself publicly, to play the game her way. And instead, I'm going to tell the truth. All of it, including my part in it. My voice steadies. No more strategic moves, no more perfect timing, just the whole messy reality. Sienna. Freya hesitates. That could cost you everything. Your job, your reputation. Maybe, but staying silent will cost more. I think of Saig, of Hamza's sister, of all the others Eleanor's silenced. Sometimes the only way to break a pattern is to break yourself open first. My phone buzzes one final time. Eleanor. Last chance, back down now or I destroy everything you care about. I smile, feeling strangely calm. Game on, I text back. But this time, we're playing by my rules. The company town hall feels like a powder keg. Hundreds of employees fill the auditorium, all here for Eleanor's carefully orchestrated performance. She stands at the podium, the picture of dignified suffering in a loose black dress that emphasizes her pregnancy. I've always believed in nurturing talent, she says, voice trembling perfectly. In supporting those who needed guidance. That's why it breaks my heart to address the recent events. I sit in the back row between Freya and Hamza, my laptop open and ready. Eleanor's lawyer hovers near the stage, shooting me warning glances. What if this makes everything worse? I whisper to Freya. It will, she replies, before it gets better. Eleanor continues, each word calculated for maximum impact. When someone you've mentored, someone you've trusted, turns on you during your most vulnerable time. She dabs at her eyes. The stress has already affected my pregnancy. My finger hovers over the enter key. One press and the email goes to every employee, every board member, every client contact in our database. The whole truth, including my own manipulation, my calculated revenge. Eleanor's voice cracks beautifully. I only pray my baby survives this ordeal. Now, Hamza whispers. I press enter. Phones start buzzing throughout the auditorium. Eleanor falters as hundreds of screens light up simultaneously. Her eyes find mine in the crowd, widen in recognition. I stand. I have something to add. This is not the appropriate time. Her lawyer interjects. Actually, it's exactly the right time. I move to the center aisle. While everyone's reading about how Eleanor systematically destroyed careers, including evidence from her previous victims, I want to confess my own part in this. Eleanor grips the podium. Security, please remove. I became exactly what I hated about you. I continue, voice carrying clearly. I manipulated. I calculated. I played everyone's emotions like you taught me to do. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. Eleanor's lawyer steps forward, but Hamza blocks his path. The difference is, I'm not hiding behind a carefully crafted image anymore. I meet Eleanor's gaze. I'm not pretending my actions were for anyone's good but my own. You're proving my point about your instability, Eleanor says smoothly, but her hands shake. No, I'm proving that your greatest fear isn't losing control. It's being seen. Really seen. I pull out my phone, start playing Saja's video. Eleanor's own voice fills the auditorium, laying out her manipulation strategy. Color drains from her face. That's doctored. Then how about this? Another recording plays. Eleanor discussing her fake miscarriage plan with her lawyer. Funny how people talk when they realize you're sinking. The lawyer backs away from Eleanor, face ashen. The crowd's murmurs turn angry. You don't understand, Eleanor says, mask cracking. None of you understand what it takes to succeed in this world. The constant competition, the need to protect yourself. By destroying others before they can threaten you? I climb the stage steps. By making sure no one else's light can outshine yours? Yes, she screams, composure shattering completely. Because the moment you show weakness, the moment you let someone else rise, they take everything. Silence falls. Eleanor's hands clutch her stomach, real panic replacing performative vulnerability. I could have been your ally, I say quietly. We all could have been, but you chose to make us enemies instead. Get out, she whispers. No. I face the crowd. I'm done hiding, done playing games. I helped create this toxic environment by participating in it. By letting fear of Eleanor's retaliation silence me. That ends today. Security appears, but they move toward Eleanor, not me. The board chairman stands in the front row, face grave. Ms. Shelton, please come with us. Eleanor straightens, dignity reassembling like armor. This isn't over. Actually, it is. I feel strangely light. Because I'm not playing anymore. No more strategic moves, no more perfect timing. Just truth. Messy and complicated and real. As security escorts Eleanor out, Freya appears at my side. You okay? No. I watch Eleanor's retreating back. But I will be. We all will be. My phone buzzes one last time. A message from Eleanor. You've become me. Hope you can live with that. I type back. No, I've become myself. Hope you find the courage to do the same. The auditorium slowly empties, leaving me alone on stage. Through the windows, sunlight breaks through clouds, illuminating dust motes in the air. For the first time in months, I take a deep, clean breath. The game is over. Now the real work begins. The nursery still smells like lavender and baby powder. Eleanor's daughter sleeps peacefully in her crib, tiny fingers curled around the edge of her blanket. I shouldn't be here, but Reese insisted. She needs to understand, Reese had said, that her mother's actions don't define her future. Now, watching this innocent child breathe, I wonder if Eleanor once stood over her own crib, equally pure, equally full of possibility. When did she learn to view every relationship as a competition? When did survival become more important than connection? She has your eyes. Eleanor's voice comes from behind me. She looks different in house arrest ankle monitor and casual clothes. Smaller somehow. Human. I'm not here to fight, I say. Then why are you here? Because running away from hard conversations is what got us here in the first place. Eleanor moves to the crib, adjusts the blanket with trembling hands. The board offered me a settlement. Full severance if I resign quietly. Admit to everything. Seek therapy. Are you going to take it? Would you? I meet her eyes in the soft nursery light. I think you know what running would cost you this time. She touches her daughter's cheek gently. I used to think power meant making people need you, making them smaller so you could feel bigger. Her voice cracks. Now I have this tiny person who actually does need me, and I'm terrified of making her feel the way I made others feel. That fear? I say quietly. That's the first step to breaking the pattern. Why are you really here, Sienna? To gloat? To forgive me? To make sure I'm suffering enough? I'm here because I need to know if it was all manipulation. Every moment of friendship, every laugh, every confidence shared, was any of it real? Eleanor's shoulders sag. All of it was real. That's what made it so effective. She turns to face me. I loved you like a sister. And I destroyed you like one too. The truth hits harder than any lie could have. You taught me everything you knew, including how to destroy you back. I did. A ghost of her old smile appears. You were always my best student. And my worst mistake was trying to graduate. The words come out bitter. No. Eleanor's voice strengthens. Your mistake was believing you needed my approval to succeed. My mistake was believing I needed to crush others to keep my own power. The baby stirs, makes a soft sound. We both freeze, watching her settle back to sleep. I got a job offer, I say finally. Running the creative department at a startup. Clean slate, fresh start. You'd be good at that. I know. The confidence in my voice surprises us both. I don't need you to tell me anymore. Eleanor nods slowly. I saved all your work, you know. Every project, every presentation, even after everything. I have a whole folder labeled Sienna's Growth. She laughs softly. Ironic, isn't it? I documented your rise while trying to orchestrate your fall. Send it to me, I say. Not because I need it, but because letting go of it might help you grow too. She studies me for a long moment. You really have become stronger than me. Not stronger, just more honest, with myself and others. I move toward the door, then pause. The therapy they recommended? Take it. Not for the board, not for your career, but for her. I nod toward the crib. Break the pattern before she learns it. Sienna? Eleanor calls as I reach the doorway. That startup? They're lucky to have you. I know. I say again, and this time it feels like freedom. Outside, Freya waits in her car. You okay? No. I buckle my seatbelt. But I'm done pretending to be. Where to? I think of Eleanor in that quiet nursery, of patterns waiting to be broken, of power that comes from lifting others instead of crushing them. Forward, I say. Just forward. As we drive away, my phone buzzes. A message from Eleanor. Growth? Sienna? Zip attached. I delete it without opening it. Some lessons are better learned firsthand. Some strength better found than given. The setting sun paints the sky in shades of possibility, and for the first time in forever, I'm ready to write my own story. Messy, authentic, and entirely mine.